Hey everybody, instead of block this week, or as in addition to block this week, we're going to be doing a gate crash draft. I normally do 4 3-3-2 drafts, but because this is for a video article, I don't want to run the risk of drafting and then losing in round one. Because I set aside some time to record this for an article. And we're going to go ahead and do the Swiss draft. Because we're doing a Swiss draft, and things are not going to be quite as readable as they normally would in a 4-3-3-2 or an 8-4 draft, we may try and get a little crazy, do some wonky stuff. But basically, we're just going to go into the draft and keep our options open. If I can, I'd like to try and slide into a 5-color deck or a 4-color ramp deck, which focuses on prophetic prisms and Burden Havens. But we'll see what happens. I'm gonna go ahead and pause until the draft starts, and I'll see you guys shortly. Alright everybody, we're back. And let's see what we've got here. There are a lot of strong cards in this pack. We've got a Mugging, we've got a Smite, we've got a Blind Obedience, a Firefish Striker, a Kingpin's Pet, a Basilica Screecher, and this isn't super good. I'd be happy with that on the wheel though. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like first pick quality cards. And I mean, maybe Basilica Screecher isn't first pick quality. But let's see here. Mugging is pretty fantastic. Kingpin's Pet is also pretty fantastic. I'm a huge fan of Blind Obedience, though. And I think it might be the pick for us. It's really good in Boros or Orzhov. It's better in Boros. I'm going to take the Kingpin's Pet. I'm sending a lot of Boros signals, so let's try and keep those signals there. Let's see, what do we have? We have a Verdant Haven, which we could use to get into that 4-color ramp, but I'm not going to pick it up on pick 2. We've got a Sky Knight Legionnaire, which would have been really good if we picked a Mugging. Madcap's Skills is really good. I'm going to go with the Daring Skyjack, though, and try and get like an aggressive Orzhov deck. From what I understand of the format and my experiences in it, the 2-drops are pretty important. You want to be a little bit more aggressive. This is a slightly faster format. So I think the Daring Skyjack is pretty good. Here we've got an Immortal Servitude, which could be a pretty good card. And then after that, we've got pretty much Boros Charm, Martial Glory, Foundry Street Denizen. A lot of Boros cards. I don't know if I want to pick this up. I don't know if I'll even play it if I'm just straight Orzhov. But I will pick up the Boros Charm on the off chance that I want to splash it. It does a lot of good things for our deck. And here we have another pack of pretty much nonsense. We could take the Rapid Hybridization, which is the best card in the pack. We could take a Boros Key Rune if we want to get some mana, maybe splash the Kingpin's Pet. I can't imagine that we're going to get a lot of Boros in pack 2, though. I don't know if I want to take this Rapid Hybridization either, because we haven't seen a lot of Simic cards. We've seen some good Dimir cards, but not a lot of Simic. I feel really bad about taking a Night's Watch here, but it might be the correct pick to stay on color. We could take a Hellraiser Goblin. I think I'm going to take the Night's Watch. Oh boy, even more cards that are not for us. I guess here We're being passed a lot of red. We could take the Shadow Slice to try and stay in black, but we're just not seeing any black cards. We could take the Ember Beast. We could take the Rapid Hybridization. Is Demir splashing white better than Orzhov splashing red? I'm not sure. Call of the Nightwing is also pretty good. I'm going to go with the hybridization. Alright, so now we've got our options of an Uber's Protector or an Angelic Edict. And I think the Edict wins. It's our first real piece of removal. And the hits just keep on coming of not cards for us. Alright, so we can take a Demur Charm, which is removal, or we can counter our sorcery, or stack our deck. Or we can take a Nav Squad Commandos, or a Psychic Strike, or Sage's Road Denizen. I guess I'm going to err on the side of removal. And this pack is just not very good for us either. Kind of a train wreck, really. So do we take the Simic Flux Mage, or do we take the Sage's Road Denizen? Color sort. We've got 2 blue cards, 1 red card, and like 4 or 5 white cards. I think I'd rather have the Nav Squad Commando. And here we'll take a Millennial Gargoyle, which I'm not super excited about. We'll rare draft the Mystic Genesis. Oh, look, our Immortal Servitude Wield. Now, let's see here. Right now, we don't have very many creatures. And we could pick up a Metropolis Sprite to go into Demur. I think I'd rather keep my options open with the Sprite. And here we'll take Spell Rupture. I think it's better than the other guy. We'll take the Paranoid Delusions. We might be switching into an Esper deck. I'm not sure though. We've got some options. Unfortunately, we don't have very many playables. Let's see. If we don't play blue, we lose 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. 5 cards. So will we be down to 7? Ugh. If we just cut this red card, we can play all of these. Maybe not the Paranoid Delusion. I'm not sure about that guy. If the Verdant Haven had wheeled, I think I would have considered going in for that. Oh, what do we got? We have a Diluvian Primordial, Homing Lightning, Executioner Swing, so we've got some cards here. Diluvian Primordial is pretty good, but I don't know if I want to be picking a 7-drop, and we're not exactly even sure if we're going to play it. We've got 3 5-drops already, so Debtor's Pulpit might be the pick, but it's also pretty slow. We could take Executioner Swing, but that's going to cement us more into black. So I think it's in between these 2 removal spells. I'm going to err on the side of Executioner Swing, because I think we're going to see a lot more black cards coming in Pack 2. Oh, there's a Soul Ransom. That seems pretty good. But there's also a Grisly Spectacle. So, I mean, Grisly Spectacle is a more powerful card in the abstract because it just straight up removes a creature. But Soul Ransom is also very good. As good as Grisly Spectacle is, I think I just want to pick the rare. It's a little easier to cast because I do believe we're going to be splashing blue. We could just take the Grizzly Spectacle to keep our options open, but I'm going to take Soul Ransom here because I expect a lot of blue to come from pack 3. And here we're going to snap up this Syndic of Tides. That could be our second Madcap skills. We could take this Death's Approach. We've got 1, 2, 3 removal spells. We also don't have a lot of creatures, though. So do we take the Death's Approach or the Syndic of Tides? There's also a lot of good Simic cards in here. Croconora and an Elusive Krasis. I think we're going to hide this Spell Rupture for now. We're probably going to hide this Nav Squad Commandos. So we've got 4 guys. I think I like the Syndic of Tides better. Yeah, we'll take a Vizkopa Guild Mage. It's a 2-drop bear. And here, I think I like Smite. We are going to have some guys back to block, so yeah, I like the removal spell. And it's cheap to extort with. High Priest of Penance seems pretty good. I don't think there's anything we can do to make him destroy anything other than 1 permanent, but he does destroy 1 permanent. And here we're going to take the Basilica Guards. We're not going to play a second one of this. I don't think we're going to play a first of this. We'll just hate draft this second Mystic Genesis. And now it looks like our packs have dried up. I don't really like Horror of the Nim, or the Dim. It is a creature though, but it's a 5-drop creature. I think I'm going to take the Shadow Slice. I might play this. I'm far more likely to play it than I am the Horror of the Dim though. And here we get a Dimir Guildgate, which is just great. So we're mainly white and black. Let's do a color sort. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue cards. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 white cards. And then all of our gold are black. Go back to cost sort. So we've got 17 cards for our deck. A couple of removals. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 removals, which is it's a pretty good amount. And one of the removal doubles as, wow, Elusive Krasis is still in the pack. I should probably be in Simic. I actually did a paper draft last night where there were only 2 Simic drafters in 11 people, and my deck just did not come together. I drafted Simic and it didn't work out. Get a bunch of late garbage cards, take this swamp, and let's see what pack 3 will yield for us. Alright, a Wrecking Ogre, not very good. We have a second Kingpin's Pet. Or we could take a Mind Eye Drake, or an Undercity Informer. I think I like the Kingpin's Pet, though. Alright, so here we can pick up a Dutiful Thrall, a Holy Mantle, a Last Thoughts, or a Guildgate. Holy Mantle is pretty good, and I'll play it. I think it's worth playing over a Guildgate, or worth picking over a Guildgate. The Guildgate would be great. I would absolutely play it, but Holy Mantle is just pretty good. It makes any of your guys a perfect blocker at least 3 or 4x, and then you can. It's also a win condition. especially against like the blue-green decks or the red-green decks. They can't really remove it. Black decks and white decks, they can get rid of Holy Mantle. So that was a nice pickup so far, these two cards. And now we're up to 20 playables. Are they all playable? Well, playable might be a stretch. Millennial Gargoyle is not super great. Night Watch is not super great. So we'd be looking to replace those two cards if we could. And we wouldn't mind a couple of more 2-drops. This Paranoid Delusions can probably go. So we're at 19 cards. We need 4 more to fill out our deck, and I would like about 6 better cards. 6 good cards out of this next 6 packs plus would be pretty great. Oh, Consuming Aberration. That seems really good. There's also a Cloudfin Raptor, which could be great in our deck. We do have a lot of guys that would evolve it. But Consuming Aberration is pretty good. Alright, here we're going... Oh, we could have had 3 Madcap skills. We're going to pick the Death Cult Rogue here. We only need 2 more cards. So here... Blind Obedience is good, but I'm going to take the Death's approach. Now that we have the Consuming Aberration... and our other removal spells, this seems pretty good. So, weak cards so far. Court Street Denizen isn't the best in our deck. Night's Watch I'm not a huge fan of. Shadow Slice I'm not sure if it's going to make the cut. So we ended up Esperov, or Azorzov, however you might want to say it. Alright, so we get ourselves another Death Cult Rogue. And this Hands of Binding seems great now that we have 2 Death Cult Rogues and a Metropolis Sprite. Actually, all of our guys. Alright, so here I think we want to take the second Hands of Binding with all of our evasion. And now we can cut, I guess 3 Hands of Binding is better than 2. So now we actually get to cut some cards. We get to cut 3 cards now. I think Night Watch is going to be one. And I think Millennial Gargoyle might be one. And then it's down to, I guess, Court Street Denizen? I'm not sure I want to cut another creature, though. I may actually want to cut the Shadow Slice. And we're just going to take this Simic Charm out of the pool. We'll take this Slate Street Ruffian in case we need a 2-2. Hindervines, why not? Okay, we'll take the second Paranoid Delusions. We could go Turbo Mill. I doubt it. Alright. Show all. Let's see. Did we get any sweet rares? We got about 50 cents worth of rares. That's kind of cool. We're playing 3 of them. So we're not getting any value back out of the contents of our draft. We're going to have to win some matches. Alright, let's see here. What are our definite plays? These two, this, 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 this. We're probably going to play that. This. We'll probably play the third one. This. Alright, so we're at 21 here. We've only got 12 guys. Let's see here. We've got 3 removals here. Another removal and some tempo. So I think we're definitely going to play this Demur Charm as another removal spell. That gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 removals. And then 7, 8. And how many? Alright, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys that are evasive. Do we want the 3rd Hands of Binding, or do we want a Millennial Gargoyle, or a Shadow Slice, or a Night's Watch, or a Nav Squad Commando? I think that because we do have 4 Extort guys, we want the Cypher. And we're going to plug in this Dimir Guildgate and go to Add Land and see what they suggest. So they suggest 6 planes, 5 5s. That would give us 6 of each color. Let's see what we're looking for. We need, on turn 2, 4 different white cards, 2 different blacks and 1 blue. It looks like maybe we could go 7 plains, 4 islands, 5 swamps. That would give us 7, 6, and 5. Is 5 enough for the blue? I think 5 might be enough, so we're gonna go like that. Save our deck for posterity's sake, and I'll see you guys for round 1.